You're such an asshole.
AssholeConsulting.com. You got questions, I got answers, as long as you got money. It is a paid service. Don't know why I have to do this once a month. I have to remind you people. It is a paid service. I don't love you new millennial kids. You discovered my channel. Oh my God, who's this guy? Holy shit, even though he said 1 billion times over and a name like Asshole Consulting would imply payment, I'm going to ask him a question and hopefully he'll just give it to me for free. Because the rest of the world, my mumsy and daddy gave it to me for free. No, you fucking millennial twats. It costs you money now. You are in the real world. Welcome to adulthood. And you're going to find out that the best things in life aren't free. You got to pay for them. Hello, Aaron. I'm a native Swedish guy living in Sweden. I recently took a degree at a vocational place. I'm going to keep this guy anonymous as possible, and you'll see why. It is said that the labor market is good for me, but I don't know. One thing working against me may be that I'm politically active in the right-wing party and write public debate articles about restricting immigration for third world countries, as well as calling for better gun laws, as well as banning government involvement in mass media. Okay, that's perfectly fine, except for your banning and restriction of immigration. That's not politically correct. Your women run your country. All right? The socialists run your country. You guys keep voting them in. Maybe not you. Maybe not the men and the real men and women of Sweden. But the majority of Swedish women keep voting for socialism. They've given up your country. And that's the rules. Unfortunately, that's the rules. And if you criticize immigration, that's the quote, what they call the third rail of politics here in the United States. I don't know what they call it over there. And you are now branded a racist and you're not going to hire you. You've just completely ostracized yourself. There are many things I would like to say. Well, actually, there's not really. I think, no, I take it back. I was thinking, there's a couple things I'm like, I've said them. And it's just being truthful. At least here in the United States, we still do have the freedom of speech. But I also have the enviable position of I don't answer anyone. I'm completely self-employed. You're not. You got to play ball. You have to be nice. You have to play in the sandbox, okay? And I'm not criticizing you. I'm just saying that's the environment you live in. If you're in East Germany or the Soviet Union, you could not talk about how you'd like to own property or how you think Stalin is wrong. That's just what it is. You don't live in a free country. You live in a country that hates itself and is more or less ran by leftist females. Move. That's why I move. An internship I had in school, I got into a conflict with a woman from Afghanistan since I asked why so many of her male countrymen are asking for asylum and then raping women. All right, let's stop right here. All right, you went way overboard. Way the fuck overboard. Now look, I understand the arguments against immigration from pretty much any second and third world country, but particularly Muslim ones. But you got to realize, not all these Muslims are terrorists. The vast majority of them aren't. Here's this poor woman, and a rapist. Here's this poor woman. She's just happy to be out of Afghanistan. I'm just asking for you to view it from their perspective. I'm not saying she should be there. I'm not saying you shouldn't deport these people. But you crossed a line that was very impolite, very not professional, rude, very rude. What prompted you to ask her that question? What if she's one of the majority of people who just wants to sit there, make her money, and live in peace and not get shot at? Yes, her brother or uncle might have raped some Swedish women. And you know what? Those girls voted it in. All right? Try and let the problem take care of itself. Read the book, Enjoy the Decline. But you don't go up to her. You were harassing her. That may even border illegal. So no, you don't go up to them like, hey, why are your men here not working and raping our women? Really? What prompted that? You take your frustrations out at the voting box. Okay, that's it. And then when all the other women vote in more refugees and rapists and criminals and welfare bums, then you know the rules. That's what the democracy wants. You were trying to fight democracy. You're trying to fight mob rule. You don't understand how this game is played. If you don't like it, leave. Go to Finland. Go to Hungary. There's plenty of other places where they are restricting immigration. And you're not going to have to worry about this. But those are the rules. That's what, if Hillary Clinton, if she had gotten elected, those would have been, we had to deal with those rules. Obama, he got elected, we had to deal with those rules. But I got news for you. You are missing a screw. A screw is loose with you if you think it could do that to people. And I got news, whether you go to Hungary or you could go to Russia where what's his name, Putin is keeping everybody out. All right, you pull off that shit, you're going to get punched in the face. That's completely unacceptable social behavior. Completely unacceptable. I don't care what your political beliefs are, or if you're completely right, that was completely uncalled for. And that's going to get you in trouble no matter what country you go to. She treated me like Aaron. I got pissed off, so I sent an email to the other coworkers that I don't want to sit around her anymore. All right, so now you're acting like a social justice warrior. You insulted her, uncalled for, I might add, unprovoked, and now you're filing a complaint against her? I'm actually siding with this girl. I don't think she should be in your country, but in terms of behavior, your behavior was completely unacceptable. It's going to get you in trouble in the future. Some days after I was shut out of the workplace, and now I assume I may be on the blacklist of PC cunts that work in HR and other company. Again, they can be PC cunts and they can be HR ditzes. But I agree with them. That was not acceptable work behavior. Not at all. No matter what your origins or intentions were. Once back in a few years, I was questioned about my political activities when I applied for a job as an accountant, which I'm also educated as. It is said that there is such great demand for STEM people, but I don't see much result when I apply for jobs. Most students get their first job through internships during school, but in my case, I guess that door is closed. Currently, I work at a place, a security guard capacity, let's say, and I've gotten respect from my other coworkers. Who gives a shit about your respect? Dude, you got mental disorder or something? What is this with respect? Oh, I got respect. Oh, really? You got respect, huh? Working as a security guard? Well, maybe if you're carrying a gun and it's forced on people. I never give a shit whether I got people's respect or not. Give me my fucking money, let me go home, leave me the fuck alone. They're usually men from Eastern Europe who came from both communism and war, so don't give a shit about PC etiquette and like me for my outspoken resistance to all the jelly-back bullshit that defines the majority of Swedish men. Sad but true. No, I believe you. I guess I could tone down my political views in the workplace a bit. No! Really? How about this? Work is work, and then you go do whatever political shit you want. You don't bring politics to work. You don't. Your employer's not paying you to stop the immigration. Your employer's not paying you to voice your opinions. Your employer's paying you, I don't know what you were working at, maybe you were an accountant or not. Your employer's paying you there to balance budgets, to fix widgets, to do whatever the fuck it is you're saying. You are not there for politics. Stop being some right-wing social justice warrior crusader like you gotta go spread the word to the masses. Shut the fuck up, do your goddamn job, make your money, and then in your own free time, go express what modicum or little freedom of speech you have in Sweden. Right? And then also don't be surprised if they do a Google search for you and find, oh God, he's right-wing. And you could have perfectly acceptable political views. You could say something that was not offensive or it doesn't matter. In Sweden, it sounds like, kind of like here in the United States, if you're not a leftist, you don't get hired in a lot of places. Those are the rules. But you definitely do not talk about politics at work. Period. You don't hit on women, you don't talk about politics, you don't talk about religion. You go there, you shut the fuck up, and you work. You have to understand, you're no different than the woman that comes in and, I'm going to start a women's empowerment group, and we're going to make everyone take diversity classes. That's exactly, but you're just forcing it on your own individual level. Knock it the fuck off. Make money, go home. Then do whatever the fuck you want. Okay? Raise dachshunds. Talk about how you like communism and Hitler. I don't care what the fuck you do, but that's at your home, not at work. I guess I could tone down my political views of the workplace a bit, but I feel I need to stand up to all the shit that's going on. You do that through your vote, all right? And if your countrymen are too stupid and too brainwashed and too pussified by a bunch of feminists with dildos fucking them up the ass, that you Swedes can't get your shit together, then guess what? The reality is Sweden will stop to exist and you need to get out. Okay? If the country does not have its own self-respect to support itself and keep itself going to sustain itself, it doesn't deserve to survive. No matter how many people who want to work hard and have a love for their own culture. You guys are in the minority. I'm sorry, I'm just so anti-Sweden right now because I can't believe, it disgusts me. Not you, not people who think like you, but your countrymen in general. But you got to realize, you got to need to wake the fuck up. You're not going to stop it. This is how your women vote and a lot of your pussy men who think that voting the right way is going to get them pussy in Sweden. When they got to realize the only way to get pussy in Sweden is to be an immigrant rapist. That's how you get it in Malmo. Stand up, I regard small teenage girls' risk of being raped far more of a problem than my own risk of not landing an office job. Well, then go become a cop. Okay? But here's the other thing. I don't know. You seem to still give a shit. I gave up a long time ago. When the majority of people want to vote for debauchery, sin, socialism, parasitism, theft, laziness, sloth, well, fuck it. Those are the rules. All right, fine, bye. I'm not investing. I'm not working my ass off anymore. To be honest, I despise men who care more about being fired than having their daughters forcibly gangbanged by so-called refugees. The only bad thing about being my particular job is all the violence and threats from third world immigrants that tend to think they own the country. Well, they do. You Swedes aren't going to stand up to them. You might, but your countrymen won't. I recently gave a penalty to an immigrant who abused the disabled parking spot. He followed me and tracked me afoot in a car afterwards. One of my co-workers was a victim of attempted murder, kill, you say. We was walking in an immigrant ghetto. The police are powerless and have lost control of the situation, and the government care more about keeping the status quo and their own salaries and privileges from rolling on. I hope for a political solution, but I don't expect it to rise anytime soon. The latter, since too many are still able to be duped by government TV and government-subsidized newspapers. If people don't live close to the ghettos themselves or work in professions where they have much friction with immigrants, they might well believe all the lies until their daughter gets gang raped. Even though the lying press are losing its grip on the narrative with this every day now. Fine, look, what will happen. Don't ruin your life in the process, okay? You're on track to never get a job at best. If not, you're going to go to jail because you beat up some immigrant or you harass some poor immigrant woman who's just working her damn job. Don't get ensnared in this bullshit, okay? Cover your own ass. Vote for the conservative or the right party. And that's it. That's all you do. Talk to your friends, make cogent arguments on the internet. But you don't harass people. You don't bother people. All right? You keep yourself safe. Look out for number one. And you got to let go. You got to let go. Do you have daughters? Do you have any children? If not, what the fuck do you care happens to Sweden? One of the main reasons I don't have kids is because I don't want to have to worry or have a vested interest in the United States or Western civilization. I want to be like, Dad, see you fuckers, have fun with the shit you voted yourselves in. It's macabre, it's dark, but it's at least based in reality, and I'm a much happier person for it. You're going to be pissed off the rest of your life. You're going to end up in jail or kicked or murdered or something like that yourself. Anyway, should I stay with my current job and not attempt to land an office STEM job? Almost all the people in my company are aware of the ethnic tension and the problems connected with mass immigration. Even a guy who himself are from Africa. My own boss told me that he was sad that I look for other jobs as he would be happy to keep me on, and honestly he is one of the best bosses I've ever had. Look, I like working these security type jobs. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with being a security guard. And isn't most of your work at night? Can't you work night shifts? I don't see, you make it seem like an if then or an or. Why can't it be an and? Can't you work a daytime job and work part-time security? I'm not against you applying for a STEM job, but if you go into an office job, you got to knock it off with this political bullshit. And this is assuming they don't Google search you and find your name and hire you. You could still, there's a chance, like my politics never really affected my career. I was always able to find a job in banking, but I think that's mostly because most bankers would agree with capitalism until they needed a bailout with the government. But I haven't really had a problem. So I think there's a lot of companies out there that's like, no, that's not my business. Certainly there are 23-year-old HR bints that are going to go and think that your personal life is theirs, and they're going to investigate it. But since you got your degree, you might as well apply for degrees or jobs in accounting. Nothing wrong with going for a STEM job. But I would not give up your security guard job. It pays. Plus, it's more fun. I know you don't like the threat and the danger, but that's what makes it somewhat fun. I mean, the funnest day I ever had in banking, I don't know, telling my boss to fuck off. that was the funnest day. And that's because there was maybe a little bit, I might have actually gotten a fight. That would have been, that would have been, then I would have landed in jail, but it would have felt real good. Being able to speak openly about all the problems is worth a lot to me. Then find a therapy group. But considering the quick decline of Sweden, I also noticed that less and less office people are able to ignore the problems anymore. Maybe there's a future where you could sit in an office and have non-PC views. No, you can't talk. No. Your politics are checked at the door. You go in and you balance your debits and credits. You shut the fuck up, and then when you leave, then you can talk about politics all you want. I should say the main reason I want to work in STEM is because it's not physically hazardous and because I'm intelligent and have other things to offer. My IQ is 130. It ain't going to matter if you can't shut up about politics. Also, I didn't have time to apply for so many jobs since I work so much in my current job. No, that's an excuse. No. That's an excuse. You work so much. No. You have to. That's the difference between people who are successful and people who are just average. People who are average do their 40 hours and then they're too tired to do anything else, man. People who are successful do their 40 hours and they go work a second job or they go work on their project. They do not sit still. Since I lack experience in HVAC work, I guess relocating in other countries would be a huge barrier to overcome, both a new country and the fact I lack practical know-hows in HVAC engine. Well, get your fucking skills up then. My English was adequate, I guess, but the whole world knows English, so who cares? What do you think I should do? I think you should keep working your security guard job. I think on the side, you should apply for daytime STEM jobs and then skill up on HVAC. Go practice so that all of a sudden you're good. And then I would start working on yourself mentally and just let this shit go. Read the book, Enjoy the Decline if you have to. Okay? It'll teach you how to let go because you're only making your situation work. You got to put food, clothing, and shelter on your table or above your head. If you can't do that, all because you got to spout off your mouth and you can't have the professionalism to keep politics out of the office, your life is going to be a lot worse. And you're not going to help Sweden at all. You need to take care of yourself, make sure you are taken care of, and then in the appropriate environment, in the appropriate spheres, be it political discussion boards, getting actively involved in local politics, or what have you, that's where you participate. But you do not bring politics into the office at all, anywhere, period. And that's going to help you out more than whether you go back for accounting or you major in engineering or you start focusing on your HVAC. But I wouldn't give up your security guard job. I'd see if you could work that part-time at night. Start applying for jobs during the daytime in STEM. Make a little bit of money. Have whoever the most recent pussy is over there take 60% of it because Sweden just loves everybody else's. Matter of fact, in Sweden, I wouldn't work 2 jobs. I wouldn't. Just work your security guard job. Study STEM. See if you can get a really good job as an engineer or an accountant or whatever. And then, but God almighty, dude, this is going to be completely pointless if you don't shut up about politics in the office. That's what you need to figure out. So, all right, that's all we got. You guys got questions? Cappy's got answers as long as you got money. And we'll take Swedish kroners. Is that what you guys, or krones? Whatever you guys have over there in Sweden. All right, we'll see you kids later. Toodles.